Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another recap and the teachings. Today was July 31st. I was busy recapping a lot of my swings today, as I can show you here. So that's why I was busy. Before I start my day trade recaps, these are some of the swings we took that I alerted on the, recently, and I was making the log. Um, I'll probably make a separate video on these to understand how these swings were working, what were we doing that helped us nail these swings, what were the repeatable setups. So, yeah, in the community, you can go and see. I have all the real time timestamp Twitter alerts that can show you how these swings worked. The biggest one was probably the CVNA swing was big for us, right? And the other one was Roku, definitely a big one. So, anyways, that was for the swings. So now we get back to our day trades. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's look what was on our watch list today. And then, so this morning, so since I'm back, as you guys know, might have known, I was busy. I was having, my third baby was on the way, and he's here now, and so I was pretty tied up. So now I'm back to my work desk, getting back to work. So I was on the voice this morning, going through the pre-market plan and the pre-market levels, drawing them out on all the names that we were watching this morning. Morning really didn't start that good. We'll talk about the couple of small losses we had in the morning, but the day kind of turned out really good. It could have turned out better, but it was still decent day. So the start of the morning, we had our list of the positive news movers, negative news movers, positive news large cap movers, and negative news large cap movers. So we had our watch list ready. GDRX was on our watch list because with the upgraded performance profit target raise, and we all, if you remember, GDRX was also our swing we talked about, right? And but today was actually the big trade. So we had W as well on our watch list, Palantir, among others, and we had Roku for continuation, Netflix, AMD, Amazon as usual, Tesla, Boeing, Nvidia, ENPH, and Meta. So we had a list ready to go, and before the market opened, I had drawn all the levels that I was looking at. SPY, QQQ, this was our level, and we chopped basically whole day. So anyways, so I set up my levels on everything. The SoFi was our main play right in the morning and in the pre-market. So let's see how we did. And I also posted a gaps up, gap down, biggest volume in the pre-market. We share everything to be ready for the market open. So I plan to do that every day. So SPY, the 458 was trying to break out pre-market, but it did not. Then we also had the watch lists for the earnings this week, right? AMD, Uber, Starbucks, this bunch of earnings. So I had made a separate watch list of the earning plays for August week one, because we want to see if anything runs into the earnings, we want to trade them. So that's why we have the earnings watch list. So anyways, so we started our day with SoFi in the pre-market only. So I had this price alert set at 10:43 p.m. high breakout. And I also talked about on my Twitter feed, I talked about that the whole plan was the 10 is our risk. Any pullbacks to 10, we buy and we long because it's a daily breakout, as you can see. And if you guys remember my swing from $8, so we had our swing from $8, repeatable setup that was working nicely. But today was the big day on the SoFi. We'll go through the complete trade. So our watch list was ready. W, Adobe, SoFi, Palantir, Tesla, Roku, UPST, and the small caps, Foxo, ALLR, GDRX. We did good on one of the small caps, we'll discuss later. And then we also have our AMD was our main focus as well. And we did really good on AMD today. I will talk about it as we go there. And so, yeah, and Baba, of course, from Friday, I explicitly mentioned that Baba, any pullback to 100 we buy, and we are swimming in Baba, looking really good from 100. So Baba pulled back to the 100, we buy, where risk is right here, pre-market, and I talked about it whole day, and we'll go there. So anyways, Microsoft was our as well, we were watching. But the thing with Microsoft was it was under EMA Clouds, so I was no longer interested to long Microsoft, right? But SoFi right at open, it pushed, right? It was trading a little bit in the pre-market, it dipped down 34.50 EMA, clean risk at $10, very good trade, risk reward 10 psych level, as I teach again and again. So we got this, it was easy. It didn't really pan out whole day, but it was not a losing trade, right? Because we were ready with the pre-market. And then our biggest play of the day, GDRX, right, started to break out key levels of our, and it was hitting our price alerts on GDRX. This was old price alert that went as well. So let's just first focus on, okay, so SoFi, right at the open, I was saying we take 11C calls. Now the thing is, right, I hate if somebody is slapping the ask right at the open. I know experienced traders can trade it, but the newbies who are just new in the community and they are just looking to make quick money, they sometimes slap. So I just say watch pullbacks. So when I say watch pullbacks means I'm long biased, and I can buy anywhere, but you have to watch the pullbacks to trade. Of course, if you're an experienced trader, you can have a starter, scale in, and then add more on the pullback or scale in at highs, right? So then GDRX right at open, 740 key level, to try means to long. Okay, so these were two plays, and then Tesla was breaking out. So this Tesla was the first loss of the day, right at open, but not a big loss. So we took the Tesla trade. It was trying to break out of 268. I started a starter here, hit here. I took a loss, almost let's say almost $1.20 loss, and I was out, right? So that was the loss right at the start. Because reason being, the QQQ was rejecting. So I immediately realized that today going to be a chop day. And when it's a chop day, you can't really rely on Microsoft, Apple, the big names and everything, because I keep eye on everything. Just like I had App SPY and QQQ here, I have a separate grid that I can show you, where I have all these other names linked up that I continuously look at. So you see I have SPY, Amazon on my grid. So I know what the market is doing. I keep my eye on it. So I have a big picture view of everything. So right away I knew that this is probably going to be choppy and not going to work. But our focus was SoFi, because SoFi was relatively stronger, right? Our focus was SoFi. SoFi was relatively stronger, so that was supposed to work. And then we discussed SPY QQ, nothing there. Baba bounced from 100, that was already working out profitable for us. QQQ, another loss, tried the calls, did not work out, because I was expecting this breakout, failed. I was right out there, no problem. So two losses, no worries, right at open. So my positions were QQQ calls, then SoFi, Roku, of course. We talked about Roku in the on the trading floor. I was saying that Roku, what was I saying? So it wants a 95 today, right at open. So and then our traders on the floor were making very nice calls, and I was not shorting, I was long. and so was 95. So Roku was as well was there. So Roku was there. So so SoFi, Roku, GDRX, they were my main entries. Right, I opened, took loss on Tesla. QQQ I had them. I took loss later on. That's fine. But then I realized that Microsoft, Apple, and Amazon were weaker, right? Just I was saying, you need to have the bigger picture view. So I was not going to focus on Microsoft, Apple, or Amazon anymore today. My focus was all the other stocks. PLTR was, can watch the long versus 1860. So PLTR, right? So this area was our risk, and then PLTR. We added here today, traders added it. When it was hitting 20, I said time to take profits. And guess what? Let me show you. So PLTR was strong, and then GDRX was all day guidance. GDRX was going. I didn't realize it has options because the options really went like 100%. So, so GDRX, PLTR were both good holds. I added to both. See, you guys have to be ready, right? I've shared the ideas. You have to be ready. Again, we don't want to do the buy sell alerts. We want to see people learn. I want to see people learn and execute. And if they are losing and if they are not able to do it, then come to me and we'll talk, right? And right at open, things can become a little overwhelming because there's so many price alerts going, so many things. But you need to focus, because if you are not ready, then just don't do anything first half an hour. Right? But today, most of the money on these names were made in first half an hour, then it chopped around. So you need to decide how you want to trade, right at open, or what you want to do. So anyways, there was a profit target on GDRX, right? We were also watching spot today. Spot, we were watching for the gap fill as well. So see, it's like a scanner, right? We keep eyes on everything. And then came our beautiful small cap trade on TUP. If you guys remember, I talked about it a few days ago. TUP. So if the TUP, the trade was this. Let me see where I can show you. Let me see. Yeah, this was the TUP. This was the trade, guys. The 1 hour breakout, right? So what does my price alert say? 357 1 hour level breakout. Then 375 next breakout. So when this thing happens, right, if 357 is breaking out on 1 hour, you need to see what were the previous candle highs. Previous candle highs right here. You need to start identifying your risk. And if you don't have time to identify your risk, just add 1/3 position and then identify your risk. And when you have identified your risk, then add into the position, right? Slowly scale in. So because once you see your risk reward, even if you added, let's say 370, and your risk is 350 because this was the previous resistance turned support, you could still have added 1/3, 1/4 size. And my target was 5, but whatever we got was decent, risking 20 cents. Still we got 480. So what was it? So from 360, almost $1, right? More than $1. So 1, 2, 4, 5 trades, one risk to 4, 5 win trades. So PLNTR 20 hit. Clearly told that let's take the, those are the next level, but scale out. PLNTR, good move there. BABA was all the guidance. Then TUP 4 target right there. GDRX hit 9, very profitable trade. Market was range bound. SoFi was a story, right? Today there was a person in the community he was very aggressive and he was buying right here, and then when it was rejecting, he was panicking, asking everyone what to do. That's not how you trade, right? Because if you are panicking and you run around, ask everyone what's going to happen, that means you have no plan, you have no risk reward, you don't have your own setup, you don't have your own system, and then you are not focusing on the 4 pillars I teach. So identify your 4 pillars. So that was that. And let's talk. Okay, so the TUP was great trade, kept going. BABA, perfect trade for us from $102 there on BABA. So we recapped what we were doing, and GDRX are also on the Twitter. I posted both these ideas were on Twitter, for everyone, short before and after, so they kind of worked out nicely. So and a firm, we were also trading a firm today, and because when it rejected, I said a firm pullback ads, right? So I said ignore the pullback ad, wait for 18, and guess what? From 18 to 1970, swinging it, because I will tell you what, I wanted to have it close over this breakout level, and so tomorrow we go higher, right? So that was one. GDRX kept paying us as well. Baba was struggling at 102. We took the profits, because you have to read the tape, watch the tape. Some more ideas came in today. The one I missed was Netflix, even though my price alert went through, but I was too focused on other names, so I could not really so yeah, SoFi, my next target was 12, because I wanted to have it break out, but it was, the whole day. It's interesting action on SoFi whole day, but it held, and I think we'll see watch pullbacks tomorrow to 11 for continuation. Yeah, QQQ was not even worth about talking about the market. It was range bound. We talked about this pre-market level. It was holding all day, so if you played it, you lost. I didn't touch it after the first loss. I was done. ENPH we were watching today for the push into the gap. It kind of didn't work out, because it broke this 3450, so there was nothing there. PLTR was 3450 bounce back at 20. See, you see the system, retest, push, retest, push, retest. So that's how it works. So let me make a screenshot of this so that I can share about those EMA Cloud strategies. So that's how EMA Clouds works, guys. I mean, it works as a support resistance, and it also works as a trend system. Helps you understand the trend. Once you combine your trend system with your levels, that's all you need. So that was it. All day guidance on GDRX, PLTR, and TUP, BABA. So very nice winning trades. A firm was good. So yeah, Netflix was good. There was a price alert on Netflix, I think somewhere here. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm gonna find it. Hold on. There should be a price alert. Because I always have price alerts on key levels. So anyways, the price alerts went in, and there was one of our members. He was he said long on 430 break, and he really banked good on Netflix. So love to see when people do it on their own from 430. It was miss on me, but it was on our watch list because it was breaking the inside day out, right? So it was inside day because it was under the previous day and the breakout and the push. So that was that, guys. So we put some other stocks on watch list today. CRWD, Piton. We talked about some investment names. And yes, AMD. So AMD, right? So when what happened with AMD was in the middle of day, a lot of AMD call flows started to come in. I posted on Twitter. I said AMD. Let's see what I said. Yeah, AMD was option flow scanner. Yep, AMD reminder to keep watch because a lot of call flow today. Posted the AMD call flow as well, because when this happens, you look at what price is doing. Price is consolidating in a range setup. This is a midday reversal setup, getting over EMA Clouds. A lot of call flow coming in. I posted the call flow as well. Let's see. Come on, let me find it. I just want to show you guys because then you know how the things work, how can you trade, what things you can use for your conviction, right? Here you go. AMD calls were right here, and guess what? Boom. You know, calls were pretty good because they were out of money and they were aggressive, so we knew that AMD can move. And then AMD went to HOD, and I said lock it because AMD was touching this resistance, and then it pulled back to 3450 EMA again, and now AMD continuation. It's an LT name. I probably hold through the earnings, we'll see. So yes, AMD was another big win, and SoFi was a win, GDRX was a win, Baba was a win, swinging it. From Palantir were good. 2 losses, but that's how you work. Minimize the losses, maximize the wins, right? So that's about it, guys, for today. I will make a separate video on my swings. I was getting a lot of messages to people join our community, guys. You can join, if you want to, if you're serious to learn. Send an email to my team, info@ripstereducation.com or info@tenatrade.com, right? If you are serious, and if you want to get in the community, I will work with you, right? So but if not, let's keep learning. A lot of information I'm sharing daily, and more YouTube videos gonna come. Big video on EMA Clouds is going to come, and we are going to keep working, keep grinding. And if you listen to me, I don't promise to make you guys money, but I promise that you will not lose money, because I will change your mentality to follow the system, preserve the capital, right? Listen to me. I have made, everybody knows I have made and lost a lot, right? Done everything, been everywhere. So if I can help you get out of that bump and help you not having a noise in your mind, like the noise when everybody was shorting, following people, and that it's going to tank, bear market, recession. And I saved a lot of people who followed me with the trend, with SPY and QQQ. Anyways, guys, have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow early. Take care. Bye.